Mellisa, Paul, and you may be busy stuffing the stuffing, but you're not alone.
No, you're not. There.
Nice to see stories like that.
I love it.
Yeah, that's what the season's all about. Well, it may be Thanksgiving, but for many, it's the start of the Christmas shopping season. And with some stores open today, they're not even waiting until midnight, which leaves us wondering if Thanksgiving will be wiped off the proverbial plate as a quiet day with the family. Used to be that stores waited until midnight to open, but more and more are competing for your first holiday dollar. So the question is, what is it going to be for you today? You're going to flop down with the family? You're going to take advantage of some of these bargains we're showing you right here. And just to give you an idea of the Black Thursday hours, maybe you do have shopping on the mind, Toys R Us will be opening at 9 p.m. tonight, as well as some stores in the Folsom and Vacaville Outlet Mall location, opening at 9 o'clock as well. Walmart will be opening at 10. Best Buy, Target, Kohl's, they all open at midnight. Roosevelt Galleria and the Artem Mall will open at midnight. Now, some stores are open 24 hours, such as Walmart, but it's the deals, it's the Black Friday deals that start at those hours. We'll keep it in top stories for you. The 3 U.S. college students arrested in Cairo have been freed. The students were taken into custody this week and accused of throwing Molotov cocktails. And on this Thanksgiving, troops in Afghanistan are enjoying turkey too. The Defense Department delivered more than 160,000 turkey meals to Iraq, Afghanistan, and Kuwait. Now, most of those meals went to Afghanistan, where about 90,000 troops are still stationed. And today, Japan, a very strong earthquake shook that area. It happened in North Japan overnight. A 6.2 magnitude quake hit just before 3:30 a.m. our time. Good news is there's no danger of tsunami and no reports of damage or injuries. Now, why is Japan so active? Well, it lies in an area called the Ring of Fire, which is an arc of earthquake and volcanic zones. Well, Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling and actress Sienna Miller testified before a British panel today. It's all a part of the British government's investigation into a tabloid phone hacking scandal. Now, the News of the World was shut down in July, and police say about 5,800 people, including celebrities and members of the royal family, were also hacked. And welcome back to News 10 Midday. So what would Thanksgiving be without a check of Sacramento's famous turkey who attacked one of our very own News 10 producers back in October? Well, our video went viral. It was even aired on GMA, Jay Leno, Kimmel, Ellen, Tosh.0, you name it, it was everywhere. Well, we got reports that another turkey joined the first attack bird. So Duffy Kelly, well, she's a strong girl. She went back out on the scene of the crime, and this time she had some tricks up her sleeve. Check this out.
These are my bushes, and Jesus Christ! No, wait a minute.
Oh, wow.
So are we going to see footage on Jimmy Kimmel of her rolling around in a trash can now?
Probably. But you know what? You got to go to our website, news10.net, to see the original story and how this all started with the one turkey kind of going on attack.
Yes, and I don't know if saying Happy Thanksgiving to turkeys is really a way to try to make friends with them.
Right.
Truly, you know what I'm
but
talking
they're
about?
happy to be alive.
Yes, yes, that's exactly right. Well, as you're sitting down to your family meals today, keep in mind that all that delicious food on your Thanksgiving table can actually trigger an uncomfortable condition. Tips for avoiding heartburn and an even more serious problem are coming up next on today's Health Minute. Very happy Thanksgiving to you. Here's a live look outside at Sacramento, hazy and rainy, but believe it or not, we've got some improvements coming up in the forecast, and I'll give you those details in just a bit.
And welcome back to News 10 Midday. It is the perfect day to talk about preventing heartburn.
And this is actually National GERD Awareness Week. It's a time to focus on the prevention and treatment of the condition, which often starts with heartburn. Shell Castro explains the condition and what you can do to treat it. And that's right now in today's Health Minute. News around the world. Tensions mounting in Tehran after a surging mob stormed British embassies, burning flags and calling for the death of England. Britain says that it is expelling all Iranian officials from the United Kingdom. Now, Norway has already closed its Tehran embassy. Rioters are boiling over against Britain after England announced that they're going to support the Western sanctions on Tehran over its nuclear program. And big problems for Britain on their own turf as well. About 2 million public employees are on strike today, upset over pension reform. Teachers, hospital workers, and also Border Patrol. It's the first mass strike staged there in more than 30 years. Workers are upset over changes that will make them work longer before they can retire. And breaking the ice, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is on task to improve U.S. ties with the Southeast Asian nation of Myanmar and its new government. She says that the country will have to make some changes now before the U.S. will reciprocate. Specifically, she'd like Myanmar to free hundreds of political prisoners and end violent repression of citizens seeking democracy. And the Penn State sex abuse scandal involving young boys. A 9th victim is named in charges against former coach Jerry Sandusky. His attorney says that the boy was 10 when Sandusky began sexually molesting him nearly 20 years ago. He wants his case to shed light on the recklessness of at least 17 Penn State power players who concealed criminal sex abuse activity, protecting the school instead of the children.
No less than 17 men, by my count, are revealed in the grand jury report alone to have had signs or signals.
The lawsuit claims that Sandusky molested the boy more than 100 times and threatened the boy's family to keep quiet. Imagining living in a world where you hear voices and you think that people are following you, but the people, well, they're not there. It's a mental illness and it's called schizophrenia. But today there's actually hope and help, and it's coming straight from someone who suffers with the disease, Ashley Smith. So if you ever wonder why your teenager might seem more emotional, maybe a little revved up, perhaps not really good at making some decisions, well, researchers at the UC Davis Center for Mind and Brain are trying to find out, and they are scanning teenagers' brains and finding that there's more blood flow in the deeper portion where emotions are. Exactly, we're finally seeing an end to the fog, and instead we're looking at the beginning of some really gusty conditions. So drivers, you had to deal with limited visibility to start the week. Now you have to deal with possibly your car blowing all over the road as we wrap it up. Let's go ahead and get right to it for you at this hour. We're starting to see some breezy conditions. A mother and the deaths of her 4 children. Now, Shatara James was convicted of involuntary manslaughter and child endangerment. Prosecutors had sought second-degree murder charges against James. Investigators said that the fire that killed her 3 children and a niece actually started with candles left burning in her Fairfield apartment. Now, James admitted to being outside in the parking lot at the time, but says that she was only away from the children for just a few minutes. However, prosecution witnesses say that she was outside for 20 minutes.
I'm very disappointed, but I'm not surprised. Mostly I was thinking, how would I feel if this was the result, and I feel sad.
I am happy with the verdict. I think the jury did an excellent job. They worked hard and they understood the evidence, and I'm very happy with the verdict.
Very difficult, especially for those of us who have kids. So
Pretty hard, huh?
Yes, it was very hard. So I'm just thankful I can go home to my family and get rid of every candle in my house and move on.
James's defense attorneys claimed that she suffered from frontal lobe syndrome, causing a disconnect between actions and consequences. All right, thank you, Dan. Well, News 10 wants to help you survive the economy, and in today's Who's Hiring, it's T-Mobile in Sacramento. They're actually hiring a retail sales associate. Retail or customer service experience is required, along with a high school diploma or GED. And for more information on this and other job openings, all you have to do is go to news10.net and click on News, then just scroll down to Who's Hiring. And Dan, you know, whether or not to even breastfeed is always a debate, but what about selling breast milk? Is it ethical? Are there health risks? We'll actually take a look at that debate coming up. You're watching News 10 Midday. Well, nowadays, if you Google it, you can actually find it. Breast milk for sale, an entire website dedicated to what has become a breast milk boom. Some call it liquid gold. And on the open market, mothers are willing to shell out big bucks to give their baby the best. Christina Mendonza reports. Now, Christina also found out that many mothers are facing a challenge in finding screened breast milk, and that's because most milk bank donations go directly to hospitals. The State Department of Public Health tells us that they do not recommend purchasing breast milk online. Instead, they say go through a licensed milk bank that screens and often pasteurizes that milk. And if you can, join us for a live chat about buying, selling, and donating breast milk. That starts right after midday at 11:30 on our Facebook page. We would love it if you would join us. From across America, Herman Cain's popularity plummeted in Iowa following the latest allegations that he had an affair. Cain has support from only 28% of likely Republican voters in the Iowa caucus. Today, Kane will meet with his family as he reassesses his bid for the White House. That includes a discussion with his wife, who apparently never knew that Kane was giving money to Ginger White. That's a woman claiming that she had an affair with Kane. Well, imagine this. A stranger appears and gives you $100 bills. Wouldn't that be nice?
I'd take it.
Yes, well, we have the truth. Welcome to News 10 Midday. It is Friday. Congratulations, we made it to the end of the work week, December 2nd. I'm Mellisa Paul. From north to south, now take a look at these slides showing some of the path of destruction you can actually see right here behind us. We're talking trees that fell right on top of houses as well. And you know, in Colorado, it actually feels like Christmas. Snow fell and flew in the Mile High City on Thursday. Temps should warm up for a little while. Then another round of snow and single-digit temperatures will move into the area later today. Then again on Sunday, another dusting. And of course, we have some very stunning pictures that came in from all over the area after Thursday's and Wednesday's big winds. Wind pushed an 80-year-old tree onto a mobile home in Jamestown. That usually does end unwell, but get this. In this case, the couple escaped without a scratch. Very, very lucky.